Okay, good evening and welcome to the Pioneer Valley Regional School District School Committee meeting. It is Thursday, March 26, 2026. This meeting is taking place in the Pioneer Valley Regional School Library, and this meeting is also being streamed online and recorded by BNC TV. I will call the meeting to order at 6:05, and all of the members who are attending are present in the room, which is great. So I will open up to citizens' comments. I believe we have someone in the room. Please just state your name and the town that you live in.
My name is Emma Golding, and I'm an 8th grader, and I live in Northfield. I am here today to ask the school committee to vote yes on embedded honors classes. I think this would be a good idea because it would give students the opportunity to challenge ourselves and stand out on college applications. It would also expose us to learning at a higher level and prepare us for what we will see in college. I also am speaking on behalf of many other students at Pioneer. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Great. Excellent. Great. So we'll move on to the approval of minutes for 3/12/26. Okay. Yeah. Are there any?
I'll make a motion to accept the 3/12/26 meeting minutes.
So move.
Okay. All right. And any further without further discussion? I guess all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. And that's and you're abstaining and 2 abstentions. Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. So moving on to our business. First order is the PVRS embedded honors classes.
Thank you. As you can see, school committee, in your memo, the teaching and learning subcommittee, capably helmed by member Melissa Osborne of Northfield, met and had a rich discussion with Principal Scanlon Amy and Director of Teaching and Learning Zevi Steinitz, who are joining us via Google Meet. And so I will turn it over to Miss Osborne. I don't know if you have anything you want to say or if you want to
yeah, so we had a lively discussion and last week it was so lovely having the students come and talk. Really nice job. It sounds like the students are really looking forward to this, and it will give them quite a bit of opportunity to expand their horizons, and it'll look good for scholarships and for colleges. And so overall, this sounds like an excellent thing that we were all in favor of.
So we have Miss Scanlon Amy and Miss Steinitz walk us through the proposal. Annie, I think you're on mute.
Yep, I am. Okay. So the proposal is for us to offer embedded honors opportunities as a pilot in 9th and 10th grade English and history classes. So the intent is not to permanently limit embedded honors to those courses, but to say that we want to begin strong. And that means starting in areas that we feel confident that we can do this well. So we are proposing moving forward with having an embedded honors option for 9th and 10th grade English and an embedded honors option for 9th grade history. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about history later. The reason for these classes, like why 9th and 10th grade and not 11th and 12th grade, is that students who want to be challenged in history and in English in the 11th and 12th grade have an AP option. So they have the opportunity to take a rigorous class. Right now in 9th and 10th grade English and history, everybody is taking the same class with the same expectations. And what embedded honors does is it says we're all in a heterogeneous class together, but students who are choosing to take on a more rigorous course load can opt to do more work and more challenging work, and that they would receive a designation for this on their transcript. So it's not just an agreement between the teacher and the student, but that students actually get recognition on their transcript indicating that they have taken these classes. And Amy and Zevi, if either of you want to add to that.
Yeah, I'll add by saying this is an opportunity for challenge by choice, and there are no barriers to participation. You don't have to have a particular recommendation or any kind of, prerequisite to do this. Any student who feels that they are up to the challenge can challenge themselves by opting in. So it's a level playing field in terms of participation. And they can also, at a certain point in the semester, opt out as well. But it's an opportunity to have a slightly more rigorous experience, which some of our students are asking for.
Yeah, so I'm the high school guidance counselor, and I meet with all of the students to go over their courses and build their schedules. And I can see that our students are thirsty for this challenge. I've had multiple meetings with even 8th graders, right? Like, what can the high school do for me? And I think this is a really nice place to recognize that they want to take on the challenge and they want to be recognized for it, but in a way that's manageable. And it sort of is like a nice stepping stone to the 11th grade and the 12th grade challenges that are available. So I think it's wonderful. It's nice in a small school to be able to have this opportunity for students. And it's nice on the transcript. It will be like colleges will see this, right? Scholarships will see this. And it's a nice recognition for the hard work that they are putting in and that they want to put in. And we want to ensure like a nice balance too. So I think it's a great idea.
I just want to add, one of the things that we are mindful of is that our students are really aware of what is available elsewhere, and they let us know. And so we hear from students like, hey, I could take honors at such and such school, or I could do this at such and such school. And we have to be aware of that, and we have to be responsive to it. So, we hear that from our students, and we want to make sure that students who are at Pioneer are getting the same opportunities that students who are at our neighboring districts.
I think it'll prepare them more for the AP classes as well. And hopefully moving forward, we'll have more students participate in the AP classes that we offer, because some of them are, there's room for more students to join, certainly.
I'm happy to answer questions, or Amy, I'm sure all of us are.
I have a question, only because heterogeneous grouping has been at this school for 30-something years, and it's been, many teachers, love the grouping and have never wanted to do something like this. And so what would be a typical class, Claire? How would this working with two different, shall I say, groups? Is this more like an independent study within the classroom? Or could you just explain if that's what you're going to be doing? I assume that's why you're here. So you can explain it.
So our English teachers on Tuesday, actually spent, our teachers who are going to be teaching 9th and 10th grade English had a release day. And one of the things that they were doing was looking at building out curriculum with embedded honors kind of at the forefront of their mind. And so as they were looking at the text that they're planning on teaching, they were also looking at companion texts, so that there's a text that the entire class is going to read in an English class, and then a companion text or a choice of companion text that might be book groups that students who are choosing to take that class for embedded honors would have the opportunity to read. And then looking at assignments that would be done by the entire class, and assignments that would be done that might be different assignments, or might be the assignment ratcheted up for students who are looking to take the class for honors credit. And I hear what you're saying about teachers teaching, 2 classes simultaneously. when we are doing heterogeneous grouping, to do it well, all the students in the classroom currently, like that's currently an expectation, is that if the classroom has a wide range of learners, that the teachers are meeting the needs of all those students. What this is doing is it's setting some clear guidelines for, okay, if I'm a student who has different needs, like for me to be challenged in a class, I need to be doing something different, that I can choose to take on that challenge and be recognized for that challenge in my transcript, so that colleges can look at the work that I'm doing in the class and know that I have chosen to challenge myself.
If I may, so I want to be really clear for folks at home, and as it says under the purpose section of the memo, embedded honors is not a separate class. It's
Right.
not tracking. So it is heterogeneous grouping still. It's not an independent study. All the kids are mixed in a class. Those students who want to have additional challenge do so within that class, but we're not tracking. We're not separating. It's not an independent study. Does that?
Okay, so it's not going to be two different groups. Like,
No.
okay, so it's because I'm so used to AP. I did AP,
Yeah.
and so did my children. So, which was separate.
That's separate. So
So,
this is
yes.
9th and 10th grades. So embedded honors courses provide students with the opportunity to pursue additional academic challenge within heterogeneous classrooms.
So how will it appear on a transcript? I don't.
It will say honors. Amy, could you please speak specifically to how it will appear on that transcript, please?
Yeah, sure. So students are sort of committing to, they learn a little bit about it. What does this mean if I take it at the honors level? And then they're saying, yeah, like I think I want to commit to that. And we're kind of monitoring it, but say this works out for them. We then are designating on the transcript that they have completed the course at the honors level, and there will be a designation for that. So it does differentiate on the transcript, and we will also include that in the school profile that colleges are looking at to kind of understand our program of studies. And I just want to say I've done this. Other schools, neighboring schools, have done this. And what I've seen that kind of surprised me is that some kids don't see themselves as an honors, or I would never take honors, but they really love history, for instance. And they're like, you know what, I can do this. And they do rise to the challenge, and then they're so proud of themselves. So that's something that I've seen happen within other districts. I just wanted to make note of that.
Annie,
you.
go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add too, there will be an embedded honors contract. So a student who decides that they are taking the class for honors credit, it's not just like they go to the teacher and they're like, yeah, I want to take this class for honors credit. They have a contract that they read and they sign, that their parents read and their caregivers sign, indicating that they understand that they're taking on an additional challenge and that they are getting a different designation on their transcript. And as Ms. Stein had said, if a student were to be, one of the benefits of an embedded honors is that if a student tries it and realizes that they are really in over their head, they can choose to, within limits, they can choose to step back from that designation without us having to do an entire schedule change like we would if, let's say, a student were in AP American History and then decided, oh, you know what, that's not for me. I need to be in Standard American History. So it allows for students to take that academic risk that Ms. Carney is talking about and push themselves without putting themselves in a position where they might find that they're kind of in over their heads.
I would like to say a couple of things. I love hearing that the students are asking for a greater challenge. I mean, I think that says a lot about our students, and I love hearing that, and I love that we're looking at ways to challenge them and provide them with that opportunity. Within our small district, I think it would be really hard to have separate honors classes, and I that commitment to the heterogeneous grouping, but also providing that honors level instruction and work, the opportunity for that. And I agree with Claire. I think, having the opportunity to have a different academic challenge, a greater challenge earlier on in your high school year might give you more confidence to say, maybe I will try AP. I think if you've never taken an done advanced coursework, it is pretty intimidating to think, ooh, maybe I don't know if I really want to do that AP class. So I think it's great. And so I believe that the intention is that we're trying it out next year, see how it goes, and then building on that and continuing to do more embedded. Is that the plan at this point?
Yes.
Okay, great. Perfect. Do you have any other questions? Any other comments?
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I really like this section on the top of the back page. Honors level instruction will take place within the regular class period and may include structured work during plus block or designated after school support time. So for me, that's huge because it's not like we're saying, all right, here's this extra book and this project that you're going to do at home on your own, wing it. It's like actually structured support for those pieces. So that's really great.
Yeah, wonderful. All right. So yes, go ahead, Steve.
Sorry, but as a member on the teaching curriculum committee, just want to say that I think there are a few times when there's a new possibility of doing something that actually fits really well. And I just want to grab the brass ring with everyone who helped bring this to possibility. And it is very much, it seems to me, in the spirit of Pioneer to offer more to students and to encourage them to do things that they may want to do or didn't think they could do. And I think that that's just a real gift for anyone, adult or child. But the fact that that's the spirit of the district, I think, is really carried forth here. So thank you for everyone who helped put this together.
Go ahead.
I have to say that I know that the middle school is also offering challenges in their own way to the students by adding extracurricular or extra credit questions to exams and things. So the student can either take advantage of it or not to. And when they take advantage of it and they go, oh, wow, I got that right. So they're planting the seed early. And I think this is all wonderful.
All right. Well, then I will entertain a motion to approve the introduction of embedded honors courses for the 26-27 school year as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Yay. And that is unanimous. So,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank you, students.
And thank you and good luck.
And
Yeah.
thank you, team. What a remarkable team, right?
Yeah.
Thank you to the teachers, right?
Yes.
Because it is the
Yes.
teachers who are going to do the labor
Yes.
of revising, creating, adding, enriching. So thank you to our teachers.
Great. All right. So moving on to our next item is the PVRS Social Studies Courses Pathway.
Ms. Osborne, do you want to introduce? Do you want to go straight to, what's your preference?
Can we have our lovely faculty or introduce this one?
Amy, do you want, Ms. Scanlon, Amy, would you please introduce the idea behind the proposed change to the social studies course pathway?
Yes, and I just reopened it. I have a bad habit of accidentally closing my tabs. So currently our pathway at Pioneer Valley has students going from civics in 8th grade to World 2 in 9th grade. And then going to American history in 10th grade. And that makes as much sense as it sounds like it does.
Right.
It is a holdover from an earlier time, pre-2017, when many schools had a pathway of students took ancient civ in 7th grade and then World 1 in 8th grade and World 2 in 9th grade. But in 2017, when the new social studies standards came out and everybody switched to doing civics in 8th grade, that pathway didn't make as much sense anymore. And so what we're looking at is doing a change where ultimately, we would move towards students taking Ancient Civ in 7th grade, which is the state mandated curriculum. There's no flexibility for middle school pathways in social studies. Civics in 8th grade, then they would take American 1 in 9th grade. And then in 10th grade, they would have the option to take American 2 or AP US History. In 11th grade, they would take a world history class that would follow the AP world history pacing. So it would cover most of the standards from World History 1 and World History 2. And I'll talk a little bit about the opportunities that creates as well. And then in 12th grade, they would have the opportunity to take a social studies elective, probably psychology. So that is the goal. And then what we're looking at, and you can see the sequence change in the proposal, is a 3-year transition period where we would take the current cohort of 9th graders that are already in World History 2, and they would be the last cohort of students to take World History 2 as 9th graders and transition in American History 1 in 9th grade. So next year you would have all of the 9th graders and all of the 10th graders taking World History 1, and 11th graders still taking American 2 and A-Push. And then in 27-28, we would have our students in our 9th graders in American History 1, our 10th graders, and our 11th graders in American History 2 and A-Push. And then by 2028, we would have the full sequence in place, American History 1, American History 2, AP, and psychology. So I just gave a bunch of information. So I'll stop there and see if there are questions, and then I can talk a little bit about why I think that switch is so beneficial.
Questions? So it took me a bit to kind of decipher, and kudos to all of you for putting your heads together and figuring out how to make that transition happen. So I believe the 9th and 10th graders next year will all be taking American History 1. Is that how?
That's how it works.
For the most
and one
part,
of the nice things about this coinciding with embedded honors is it means that we will have the teacher who will be teaching American History 1 will have likely 4 sections of that class, and that will be one of the classes with embedded honors. So while that teacher is bringing in a kind of new way of teaching, she's not doing it while also balancing 5 preps. It kind of streamlines her day a bit. So I feel really good about the opportunity to build out that World History 1 curriculum, to redesign it for 9th grade, to redesign it for embedded honors, and to have it be a really strong curriculum. Okay. And the teacher who's going to be teaching is an experienced American history teacher. It's not like they're coming in with no background here. So yes.
Yeah. And I imagine that also means building some new curriculum. Is that?
So certainly for embedded honors, there will be new curriculum, but for American History 1, the curriculum will need to be adjusted to a certain extent because 9th graders are not 10th graders. And so there's a certain amount of like developmental appropriateness that will change with the curriculum, but it won't be there won't be a seismic shift. The changes will be more around the edges.
Okay, great.
And we'll continue to use the same textbook, most of the same materials.
And how does the AP pacing work?
So what AP pace? So there are 2-year. Massachusetts allows schools to teach world history in 1 year or 2 years. In a 2-year pacing, you have world history through the Enlightenment, and then you have from the Enlightenment through the modern age for the 2nd year of world history. With AP pacing, students are taking all of world history in 1 year. So it is more of a survey class, but focuses in on particular areas of importance in the study of world history. So, for example, it spends a lot of time on the agricultural revolution and the development of rice cultivation in Southeast Asia and how that leads to kind of an explosion of civilization in that area. So those are like, that's an area of focus that it zooms in on. And then there are other areas where it is not giving that level of time or detail to the study. The advantage of doing world history in 1 year is right now we're only doing 1 year of world history, but we're only doing world history 2. So students don't really encounter anything in pre-enlightenment in their formal study of history at Pioneer. And we would like them to do that. You know, like the growth of major world religions all happens pre-enlightenment. So skipping that is not great. The other advantage is that we have students who are interested, as we've talked about, in challenging themselves. And if we offer the AP pacing, and if we pair the History Alive text with AMSCO, which is an AP prep text, then students who choose to at the end of the class can take the AP World History exam, and they will have covered all of the material that is in that would be on the AP World exam. If they were to want to take the AP World exam at the end of World History 2, they really could not pass it because they would be missing the first half of the course.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. And so psychology would not necessarily be available to seniors as an elective, but not required.
It's not a requirement, but we encourage our seniors to take at least 4 core academic classes. Ms. Carney is very good about having straightforward conversations. You're not done yet. We are putting psychology back into the program of studies, and Ms. Carney can speak about this too, in large part because we hear from our students that they are really interested in. They take it at dual enrollment at GCC. Like we're responding to a need, and we have a teacher who is ready to teach it, who has taught it in the past, and who's really excited to bring it back in.
That's great. Yeah. Cool. Any other questions? All right. So I will entertain a motion to approve the sequence of social studies courses at PVRS for the 2026-2027 school year as presented.
So moved.
Seconded.
Excellent. All right. And all in favor? And that is unanimous. So thank you very much for all the work. And thank you to the teachers for investing in revitalizing this.
Yeah,
it's
going to be great.
Exciting stuff.
I'm sure everyone watching at home and folks in the room are noticing the exceptional level of instructional leadership of this team, right? The facility with which the team is speaking about the content of courses is what happens when you have administrators who have been in the classroom and who understand the standards, and counselors who meet with students all the time and listen to them and understand their needs. Great stuff. We're going on to the program of studies.
Yes.
So I need to apologize because I thought you had a paper copy of the draft program of studies in your packets and you don't.
No.
So I am going to put it up on the screen. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't realize that. So I'm going to come off for a second.
While you're putting that up,
Great.
So this is such a great, I just love all of these changes that are happening. I've always said, I feel like you got to challenge the kids. They will rise to the expectation if you challenge them, and it will keeps them out of trouble, keeps them interested. And so I'm just so happy. This program of studies, when we were looking through it in the last teaching learning meeting, I never had an opportunity to take any classes like that in high school. There's really excellent. And it sounds like with eventually, if block scheduling, happens, which it sounds like that's the goal. That's the opportunities for these students and as my children are about to hit in this sort of age group. So I'm just so excited for them, and I just love all these honors and AP opportunities. So really nice job that you're all doing.
You all,
Yeah.
thanks teaching and learning.
Yeah. All right. So on to our program of studies.
Mrs. Ganlin, Amy, what the committee is seeing on the screen is the program of studies. So if you tell me what page to go to, I will scroll as you direct me.
Okay, so we're going to hit the highlights here. There actually aren't a ton of changes, but there are some important ones. So I'm going to bring us down. One is just page 5 and 6, the bottom of page 5, top of page 6. This is a technical update. You guys have already, school committee has already approved the competency determination for as replacement for passing MCAS. And now it's in the program of studies. Since it's already been approved, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because we've already discussed it. We are proposing removing the program, the student portfolio from the program of studies, not because we don't think it's important, but because it hasn't been updated and it keeps being postponed, saying the document will be updated in the future. Rather than having that in the program of studies, we're proposing taking that out. And then when the student portfolio is determined what that's going to look like, it will then be added back in. Okay, this is exciting. So page 7 talks about technical courses and dual enrollment. And it's talking about the environmental pathway. So with the environmental pathway, students have to take at least 2 technical courses and at least 2 advanced courses, and we are adding the opportunity for students to do dual enrollment both at GCC but also at Mass College of Liberal Arts. Amy, do you want to talk a little bit about this new opportunity for our students? Because I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, so this is hot off the press. We just got the email this in 2026 that Mass College of Liberal Arts was going to be offering dual enrollment classes for juniors and seniors, so rising juniors and seniors, starting in the summer of 2026. And they are advertising that those courses are at a reduced cost. So it looks like they're $600 a course, and compared to some of the classes at GCC, they can range between like $8 to $1,000. And in the same email, they said that their fall 2026 courses are going to be free. So we just dove into that right away, and we sort of added it to the program of studies. We're looking at it. I'm waiting for the fall courses to come out. I know GCC is advertising their course catalog on April 1st. It's in my calendar, so I can know what courses are going to be offered. So this is exciting for our students, and I'm excited to just share it with them.
Yeah, and the first offerings are, I think, going to be small. It's not going to be like a whole college catalog that kids get to pick from, but they're going to be select courses that MCLA has identified are good entry points for students to start with dual enrollment. So I think that's great. Obviously free, the price is right. And because it is Mass College of Liberal Arts, which is part of the state college system, these credits should almost all, with very few exceptions, not completely transfer to any state college or state university. So a student who participates in this and then decides that they're going to go to UMass Lowell and study engineering, or that they're going to go to UMass Amherst and study medicine, that they are coming in with a bunch of credits that they've already taken as part of the Mass College system. So I'm very excited about this. Good job reading your email, Amy.
I just have
Yeah,
a
go ahead, Michelle.
question. I know that some of the students actually go in person to GCC. Would students be able to go to the Mass College of Arts? It's pretty far away.
No.
No. Okay.
At this time, they're saying virtual.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I am interested to know which courses they're going to offer. The summer offerings look fun, and I've shared it with students already, and they seem excited about it. So.
Great.
Summer in person wouldn't be too bad. Okay.
Go to the art.
And staying right on the topic of dual enrollment, we are adding that students can start taking dual enrollment classes at GCC. This would not be an option at MCLA, but at GCC starting in 10th grade. We have rising 10th graders who are looking for this challenge, and there's really no reason to put an arbitrary barrier on it. And it allows for students who want, again, we have these students who are asking for different opportunities. It allows for students to take advantage of all the opportunities we can possibly give them. All right, and then language about embedded honors. That is on page 8. So this is a shortened version of what you have in your packets, but just outlining where embedded honors is being offered, that some of the minimum requirements, like that you must maintain an 83 in the class to be eligible for honors credit. So there wouldn't be a scenario under which a student would have a C- in the class, but still have honors credit.
May I jump, Annie? Mrs. Scanlon, Amy. I didn't notice this until right now. I wonder if we should put in the program of studies that they have to have a signed honors agreement.
Yes, we
in
can
order
add
to
that.
enroll.
You want to make a note, Patricia? And
Yes,
I can
I
add
will.
that later.
Yep, got it.
Okay. Again, some very minor technical changes looking on page 9 and 10, just that we would now be offering, English 9 and English 9H. Change to the social studies. We're taking out world history 2, adding in what we're just calling world history, adding in, taking out perception reality, adding in psychology. All right, going down to, I guess I should ask, should we talk about PLTW, or are we tabling that discussion for right now? Debbie, that might be more of a question for
Project
you.
Lead the Way.
I think we should talk.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give us a lowdown.
Tell me a page, Annie. Where am I scrolling to?
So I am looking at page 13, design and modeling.
I believe that we've worked out the concerns about summer training for our teachers. So
Oh, great. Okay.
I believe that they will be trained virtually during the school year instead, and so we should be able to participate.
Great. Do you want to talk a little bit about the design and modeling class?
Sure. So we wrote a grant to the 1-8 Foundation, and we were lucky to be selected to pilot to offer 2 new courses. With Project Lead the Way. And Project Lead the Way is an initiative that combines STEM, often focusing on engineering and the relation between engineering and mathematics and industry. So the coursework is very rigorous, and it often involves designing something that would have a real life application, like a pet food dispenser or something along those lines. So design and modeling is a foundational engineering course that is designed for middle school, and we have permission to offer it also to our 9th graders. And it's got a lot of hands-on components to it, and it teaches the basics of engineering. And the other course that we received grant funding to offer is called Medical Detectives. It's a biology course that has a lot of connection to the medical field.
And our woodshop teacher, who is the teacher who's going to be teaching this class, went this week to Frontier to meet with their woodshop teacher. And Frontier offers this class, and our teacher came back so excited because he was saying, they are in their program, they're really using this class as the foundational skills, the jumping off points for students to then go on and take more rigorous classes as upper level high school students, whether those classes are heading more towards a traditional industrial arts, like a student who's just like, I'm really interested in carpentry, or for students who are like, no, what I'm really interested in is manufacturing or engineering. So it's a course that kind of sets students up to go in multiple different directions. It doesn't pigeonhole a kid into one spot. So I think this is going to be a great class. I'm really excited about it. And PLTW is a really wonderful organization to be a part of, because they have, as Ms. Stein had said, they offer really great opportunities for students to pair like the intellectual thinking with actually doing. And we have students who are really smart kids, and they're not necessarily smart kids that demonstrate their understanding the best by taking a test or writing a paper. And PLTW completely embraces that, where the rigor is still really high, but the output, what kids are asked to produce, is not always what you're traditionally asked to produce in a classroom. It's much more hands-on. So I'm excited about this. And another nice thing about PLTW is it often comes with a grant from the 1-8 Foundation. So it is a way to increase student opportunities without having to do it on the general budget.
Annie,
sorry.
Annie,
Yes.
is medical detectives listed in the program of studies?
It's not, because we have not secured for sure whether or not the teacher can do the summer training.
Okay. I'm wondering, school committee, what you think about when you vote on the program of studies, if we could add some language saying, if we receive funding for a PLTW medical detectives, it will be added to the program of studies. If someone can, okay. Sorry, Annie, go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's great. Streamline the process as much as possible.
And just to clarify, we do have the funding, but we're not certain whether we have the match with the teacher available to train.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
So I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
It's not necessary for us to go through it in detail, but school committee members will probably notice on pages 28 and 29 that there are some major strike-throughs. That is just the change in social studies, so striking through world history too. We're removing perception and reality, and then you'll notice the addition of psychology and world history. So again, these are not major changes beyond what we've already talked about with the social studies sequence, but it's taking what we've talked about in changing the social studies sequence and putting it into the program of studies. So Patricia, I'm looking at the social studies section starting on page 28 and going down through page 30.
Thank you.
And that is, those are the major changes. So last year we did, some pretty big changes to the program of studies. There aren't a ton of changes this year, but I think the changes that we are making, I think adding in the PLTW classes, adding in the additional opportunity to take dual enrollment classes at MCLA, adding in the ability for students to take dual enrollment classes starting in 10th grade. I apologize. And for students to have the embedded honors opportunities. I'm really excited about these things. I think that they are really meaningful changes. This is not like window dressing changes where we added a course and can say we're doing something like that is more superficial. These are fundamental changes to student opportunities.
Yes, please.
This is so impressive. It's just exciting to hear. And I challenge GCC to do the same, because we're going to have students with earlier results in more advanced study, and they're going to be able to create a relationship with our local colleges. And this is just brilliant. This is wonderful work. It's very impressive. I see a lot of smiles in the room, and I just have to fangirl this moment. It's amazing. Thank you.
Trying to think if there are any other questions I had. Does anyone else have questions or comments? Yeah, no, Stephanie said it all. So I will entertain a motion to approve the PVRS program of studies for the 2026-27 school year as presented, with the possibility of adding the medical detectives course if the implementation, if they're able to implement.
And with the addendum of a signed honors agreement
Oh, yes.
verbiage.
Mhm. Thank you.
So moved.
All right. Excellent.
Second.
All right. All in favor? Thank you. That's
Thank you.
unanimous. Thank you.
Congratulations,
Yes.
Exciting.
Ms. Carney, Ms. Scanlon, and Ms. Linus. Thank you so much, and thank you to our teachers, right?
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you,
our
all of
teachers
you.
who make all of this happen. Thanks.
Yes, I do just want to acknowledge, I think it was a big ask for our history and our English teachers to lead the way on the embedded honors. And I'm really grateful to all of them for being, I think pretty ready to take it on. And I think excited about it. So, I'm really, like Ms. Casella said, it doesn't happen without them. We can have great plans, but we don't actually none of us are in the classroom instructing. And so, thank you guys.
Yeah, no, this is very exciting. And I think, I just want to shout out to the teachers for their excitement and for listening to the students and providing them with those opportunities. I think that's why we all do this, so that they can have a good education, and we appreciate that. And
I have a quick question. Oh, you first. No.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Oh. I'm excited to see Amy Cleary here. She was a student of ours, and we are delighted to have you and see you in that situation.
Yes.
Hi, Sharon. Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate that. So good to see you. It's funny. I was feeling the same thing of, just the connection of knowing each other for a while. And, I was a student at Pioneer, and, we didn't have as many of these opportunities. And then I've sort of branched out and I've seen elsewhere, right? I've seen other schools, I've worked in other school systems. And then to come back into this is my second year here, and so it's the amount of work that we've done to kind of just bring Pioneer to the surface, right? And just say here we are. It's really exciting, and to listen to the student voice. That's what I do every single day, and that's what's so meaningful, is to hear them out. And now we're actually we hear you, right? And hear that we got it. So I'm gonna be busy, is what I'm thinking of now. I was waiting for this moment, and now it's on to planning, and I'm excited that we produce. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
yeah. Oh, actually,
I had a quick question about, so what's the process for presenting all of this to the students and parents? And so as a parent of a child going into 9th grade, will there be an evening where parents and students are invited to look at the different tracks and how they would be choosing their courses depending on what their goals are? Or is that all done in the guidance office with you? or kind of how does that look?
Yeah, I can speak to sort of the process that I did last year, which I thought was, so I meet with the students by grade to sort of go over, here's the classes, here's what credits are, here's the graduation requirements, here's a typical grade 9 schedule, grade 10, grade 11, it really, that's why you meet by grade, and sharing some of the course offerings, really encouraging that balance, right? What are you interested in? And sort of, so I produce it sort of in a presentation way. I share that with parents, and we have some little worksheets and things that go along to help kids sort of brainstorm. And I always encourage having that conversation at home as well. And then they actually choose the courses through the Plus portal. They're sort of making their schedule requests through the Plus portal. And then what I do is I meet individually with every single student to go through what they've chosen, just to ensure, one, they're accurate, because that's how we build the schedule, and two, just to have that conversation, right? Why did you choose that class? Or, how did you come up with this? Or, oh, don't forget you need to take health, right? So that's kind of the process that I have for it, and I share that information out with families. I haven't necessarily had a parent night for it, but I mean, I'm always open to suggestions. So that's kind of how the process goes at the high school.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Melissa, I love that idea. And last year, really at the like guidance really pushed this idea of, hey, like we have kids in 8th grade who go to tech and explore tech to see what they have to offer, but we don't ever show our 8th graders formally what we have to offer. Mm-hmm. So we instituted last year and we repeated it today, then we repeated it this year, High School Expo Day for our 8th graders, where they kind of get a day where they get to, you know, really see like what does the high school at Pioneer have to offer. But we haven't done something like that for parents, and I actually think I really like that idea. So Amy and I will talk.
Okay, great. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, we're all really excited about it, and we know about it, but I know not every kid is running home and telling their parents about these new class offerings and honors and all of that. So I just think, you know, we can push our kids further if we know all of the opportunities. Like, I really want my daughter to take medical detective.
I'd like to take
but that might be like a really fun night if you can do something like that.
Yeah, I really like that idea. I'm going to make a note for myself, and
Thank you.
Amy and I will talk about it.
Awesome.
Great. Perfect.
Might it be possible to go to here?
Oh,
Danica is here
yes.
for that first.
Yep.
And I don't know if any of that.
Okay. Yeah. So we were just discussing a little change in the order of our next agenda item is the field trips. So if we could discuss the Montreal field trip first, since Ms. Tominski is here. And if you don't have any more anything to do with the field trips, feel free to sign off. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
See you later.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Hello. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present our proposal to take our senior class to Montreal for their senior trip. My daughter's in the class.
Remind
Closer.
us of your name.
Oh, I'm Danica Tominski. I'm the senior class advisor. This class started 7th grade during COVID, and they have had a really interesting adventure through school. So it's exciting to think about an exciting way to send them off into the world. So the goal of our trip is to provide our seniors with a meaningful educational and cultural experience that will celebrate the culmination of their high school years. As they prepare to leave Pioneer, we want to offer them an opportunity that combines learning, exploration, and reflection. We're proposing a trip to Montreal, a bilingual and multicultural city that blends North American and European influences. Montreal offers a wide range of educational and cultural opportunities while remaining relatively close and accessible for travel. The trip is scheduled for Saturday, May 16th through Monday, May 18th, and our hope is that all 16 members of our senior class will participate. Excuse me. While in Montreal, our students will visit several educational sites, including the Montreal Biodome, where students can explore ecosystems and environmental science, the Notre Dame Basilica of Montreal, which offers insight into architecture, history, and cultural heritage, and the Botanical Garden, excuse me, where students will experience global plant collections and conservation efforts. We'll also visit the planetarium to explore astronomy and spend time in Old Montreal, where our seniors can experience the historic district and its museums and landmarks. Transportation will be provided using 3 rental vehicles driven by approved chaperones in accordance with district policy. Students will not be driving ever, no chance. We will stay 2 nights at the Holiday Inn and Suites at the Montreal Airport because it was cheaper. The 3 chaperones that will accompany the trip include Miss Scanlon Amy, Mr. Rockwood, who is our other senior advisor, and myself. This ratio ensures close supervision and appropriate gender representation. Our students will be held to all school behavior expectations, and both students and families will sign a trip agreement outlining those expectations. Because this is international travel, students will need a valid passport book or passport card by May 1st. Vermont residents, there's also the opportunity to have their enhanced license. The enhanced license allows them to go over the border, so that works as well. Many students already have their documents or have begun this process, and we have created a passport guide to support families. My own family just did it recently. It took exactly 3 weeks from appointment to delivery. It was much easier than I thought it was going to be. We've worked carefully to keep the trip affordable through fundraising and by using rental vehicles instead of a charter bus. We anticipate the cost to families will be less than $175 per student. We've already raised $4,000. And we expect an additional $1,200 from an upcoming middle school dance fundraiser that the seniors are hosting. We will also run concessions at spring athletic events to raise additional funds if needed. This trip offers a safe, well-supervised, and enriching experience that combines education, cultural exposure, and celebration of an important milestone for our seniors. At this time, I respectfully request that the school committee consider approval of the following motion. To approve the senior class trip for May 2026 as presented. Thank you.
So moved.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments? This is fabulous. I mean,
Thank you so much.
Montreal has a very special place in my heart, and the choice of activities seems like a really wonderful, just mix of activities that are, adventures and learning opportunities, and it's just such a wonderful city. It's just a great place to visit. So, all right. So I will entertain a motion to approve the senior class trip for May 2026 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
In a second. Excellent. All in favor? Enthusiastic aye.
Yay.
Thank you so
Ms.
much.
Cheminsky, thank you so much. She has
Thank
been
you
working
so
so hard for all year.
Yeah.
Also, the musical is this weekend, Friday night and Saturday night at 7 and Sunday at 2 p.m., and it is a sight to behold. So
It
we hope to
is.
see you there.
Dinner and a show, Saturday night. Dinner and a show. I'm doing it. Yes. Thank you so much, Danica.
Yeah, thank you. All right. And so our Cooperstown, New York baseball trip.
Miss Scanlon, Amy, do you want to present this? Or you want me to do it?
Oop, you're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry, I can do it. I just need to pull it up. Hold on. All right. So this is, I think, very exciting. So the Turners Falls High School baseball team has been invited to play a game at Cooperstown on May 2nd, and Turners Falls has kindly invited Pioneer to be their opposing team for this event. So this is a regularly scheduled Pioneer Turners Falls baseball game, and rather than taking place at Turners Falls High School, it's going to take place in Cooperstown. And our students have an opportunity to go to Cooperstown. They will play the game, and then they will come back to school. So in many ways, it's a regular baseball game. It's just a very far away game.
In a very historic place.
In a very historic place. And I think it's such a great opportunity. The kids are all going to ride together. Both teams are going to ride on the same bus. So I think there'll be a lot of camaraderie on the bus. It'll be obviously the Turners Falls coach and their players will be adults on the bus. And then we have our varsity coach, Kevin Leupold, and then our JV coach, Ian Simpson, and then we'll be the primary chaperones. And then we anticipate that some of our very long-standing baseball volunteers will also be accompanying on the trip. I also think we're going to have a number of parents who go on this trip because, there aren't a ton of opportunities to watch your child play baseball in Cooperstown. It is the day after my birthday, and I only sport that I actually care about other than wanting the kids to have a positive athletic experience. So I will be taking my family to Cooperstown as my birthday present to myself.
Oh,
wonderful. I think it's just a great opportunity. I'm not presenting mine as eloquently as Danica presented hers, but I also request that you approve the baseball team to play a game at Cooperstown, New York as presented.
Thank you. This sounds so exciting and so much fun. So, I will entertain a motion to approve the varsity baseball team trip to play a game in Cooperstown, New York, as presented.
So moved.
Second.
All right, and all in favor? Aye. All right, that's unanimous. Thank you. Oh, I don't know.
Tyler, he has such a good announcer voice. Have you heard Tyler at the games? He's such a good sports announcer. Oh, Lou Bordeaux, who's coming back to Bernardston.
That would be a highlight.
Oh gosh, Annie, thank you so much. You go rest.
Yeah. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. Good night. All right. So now I will entertain a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A and 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining with the Teachers Association if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the public body, and the chair so declares, which I do, and we will be returning to open session. We will also be meeting. Okay. So we will we not be we'll be returning to also meeting to pursuant to Mass General Law Chapter 30A Section 22F and G for approval of executive session minutes for March 12th 2026, and we will be returning to open session. We will be also bringing in Superintendent Kinsella and Ms. Harding for note taking.
So moved.
Right.
Seconded.
Excellent. And this one we need a roll call vote. So Michelle, do you want to give us?
Michelle
Start us.
Geruso, yes.
Melissa Osborne, yes.
Sharon Fontaine, yes.
Stephanie Arroyo, yes.
Gretchen Kelton, yes.
Stephen Martin, yes.
And Raina Dastu, yes. Okay. All right.
Bye, Claire. Because those things aren't going to be discussed when we come back. Yeah, she knows
Okay.
that. I can come off.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, welcome back to open session. The approvals of the MOAs will be deferred until a later time. Any other business not anticipated by the chair? I guess I will just say that the search committee for the Director of Student Services decided not to move the candidate forward. And we are reposting the position.
We posted today.
Yep. And we will be conferring again to review applications in a couple of weeks. All right. And upcoming meetings, we have our district agreement and community relations subcommittee on April 6th at 3:30 p.m. and this regular school committee meeting on April 9th here at 6 p.m. All right. And I will request a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, great. And all in favor? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. 16. Thank you.
Yeah.